Hey, how's everybody doing? First, giving esteem to Yahuwah. I just wanted to come on and make a video today, a short video. I wanted to come and address a subject that I uh, dwell on in my mind from time to time, and that subject is: would I have come to truth if I was not a Christian? Would I have came to truth if I was not a Christian? Um, when I think about that, because it basically starts off where my life began. I began my life being raised inside a Christian church. So, that does have a impact on your life and Christianity and learning all of the doctrines and all of the traditions and all of those things that go along with that. It does have an impact on your life, and it had an impact on mine, and some good, some bad. Um, as I came into truth, I began to learn that there were things that just did not line up, which is why had to come out of it. And when you think on that, because I know that many are Christians, and they um, look at that as, that's what they need to do, or that's what they need to be. Uh, and I just look back and I think about my beginnings, and um, like I said, when you think about it, would I have even become what I am today if I had not been a Christian? Well, let's think about it for a second. Um, what I came to is truth, and what I'm in now is truth. And I remember I had a conversation with someone once upon a time, and they said, "Well, the only reason why you're a Christian is because you were raised in a society where Christianity is prevalent." And they were using the example: if I would have been raised over in the Middle East, where Islam or being a Muslim is prevalent, then that's what I would have become, because we are what we are surrounded by. And at the time, I saw the person's point, but I didn't fully agree with them. And I had my reasons for why I didn't, but they made the statement, and, that was that. And it does hold some bearing. But coming into truth, it's all spiritual. See, this thing is completely spiritual. It's not something that I can just come and sit you down and speak with you and talk to you and say and tell you all of the things that I have come to realize after I left Christianity and come into truth. I can't sit you down and just explain to you all of these things, nor convince you or sway you into believing this. It's all spiritual. If it is not Yahuwah who will open your eyes, if it's not Yahuwah who has performed circumcision on your heart and written his Torah on your heart, then that it is nothing humanly that can be done, any effort that can be done that will do it. That is what I've come to learn, that this thing is just completely spiritual. What happened to me was because I sought for him with my whole heart. I sought him, with all that was within me. My heart desperately sought him in every way. And when my heart sought him, as the scriptures say, His eyes run to and fro over the whole earth, seeking for those who seek him, whose heart seeks after him. And I was no different. I sought him with my whole heart. My whole complete life was dedicated to him. And everything that was in me was all about him and trying to get closer to him and growing in him. And he recognized that. And when I made that decision and that stance in my life, he answered. He showed up. He became very tangible, and he manifested himself towards me. And that is, how it happened. It's just because it's a spiritual thing. And I can't stress this enough, that you must be born again. You must be born again. As Yahusha told Nicodemus that, that he must be born again. It's no different. There's a lot of people out here that, they claim all kind of positions now, saying, they're awake, or they're a Hebrew Israelite, or, this, that, and the other. But this thing is spiritual, and it's all about, are you born again? Have you been born again through Yahusha? I mean, I can think of many different scriptures that, attest to it. I mean, so many come to mind. Train up a child when he is old. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he shall not depart from it. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. There's so many scriptures that I just that come to mind when I think about this, because, people may think that we're following some religion, some cult, or some false teaching, or some false doctrine. It's just not, it just doesn't make sense, because, if you're in Christianity, you're not following this. You're following it to a certain extent, but you're also following man's teachers. And, you're not following that completely. I'm going to just let you know that right now. You're not following his word completely. It's impossible, because man's tradition, man's doctrine, man's teaching have become incorporated into that religion, any man-made religion. And, you're not following that completely. So, I just wanted to come on and let people know that, but ultimately what it was, I believe that we are predestined. And from the very beginning, since we were in our mother's womb, while he shaped us in our mother's womb, he knew what our life was going to be. And mine was no different than anybody else's. Some were destined to be in him, just as there are some that are destined that are not in him. There are some that will be in the kingdom, and there will be some that will not be in the kingdom. That is, what I believe, that it wasn't the Christianity, but I felt it was him being present in my life, having a calling on my life, having his hand in my life. And I don't want to give that the credit that I know a lot of people want to give it, that, but I just know that it was all him, because that's who brought me out of it, and brought me into the true light. So, I just wanted to come on and just kind of reflect and, give my thoughts on that, and just kind of express how I felt, because like I said, I don't feel like it did play. I mean, there are some things that it helped me in, and some ways it hindered me in. So it introduced me to His Word. It introduced me to a lot of the stories and all of the principles and all of those teachings that are inside of His Scripture and inside of His Word. But I believe it was all Him. You know, it was Him who delivered me, Him who is still delivering me. I am still being delivered by Him, and I'm being washed until the day He returns. He's going to perform that work in me, and I'm at shalom with it. I'm at shalom with it. He can do whatever He wants to do in me. I've laid my life down. I've surrendered. I've submitted to Him in every way possible. He is my life. Without Him, I'm nothing. So that is who I am, and that is where I am now and how I got here. Because, like I said, I don't feel like it was the Christianity that necessarily got me to where I am. And if I would have not have been a Christian, would I have been able to arrive at this truth about who He really is and who we are, and about what He will be doing before He comes back. I believe He knew me in my mother's womb, and no matter what path I would have taken, He would have reached me, because that was His will. I was predestined to come into this. So no, it was not Christianity that got me to the point where I'm at, because He is greater than anything. His power reaches beyond all things. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahusha? He is greater than all. So for all of you out there, I just encourage you to keep pressing. Keep pressing toward the mark of the prize of the high calling at Hamashiach Yahusha. Because there is nothing that can stop Him from reaching you. No matter what you're in, no matter how indoctrinated you are, no matter how blind you are, no matter how asleep you may be, He is powerful enough to reach you wherever you are. And I just encourage you all just to keep seeking Him. It's time to put away all other things that are not of Him, because they're ultimately just going to get in the way. But those who are His, they will be with Him. I'm confident of that. There's no doubt in my mind that those who really truly belong to Him will be with Him. Now, we don't know who those people are. Our feeble eyes aren't able to see as He sees, and we are not capable of making those type of judgments of who belongs to Him and who doesn't. So I don't want to make that mistake. I don't want to give that impression that I know who is His and who isn't His, because I don't know. All I can know about is me, and all I can speak for is me. And I'm on this path, and I'm on the right path. I just hope that maybe one day you will be too. And if you do, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. We're going to pull each other up and hold each other up until we make it. I'm not going to leave anybody behind. Those who want to know Him and know His truth and walk with Him. Shalom.